Another cloudy start to the day, some spells of sunshine, the cloud thick enough to produce the odd spot of rain. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Thursday.
To you. Now, we are just a few days into March, which means we finally have all of the stats added up for February. And you know what? February was a dry one. We had way below average rainfall. Anywhere in this map that's particularly brown, we had around about 20 or 30% of what we should have seen for the entire month. And that was really mimicked right across the country. How dry was it? Well, it was the driest February we've seen for 30 years. We had less than half the normal rainfall that we should be seeing for the month, and overall the month was actually quite mild as well. It was one of the mildest Februaries that we have ever recorded. But it wasn't just the fact that it was so dry and so mild, it was just how low the rainfall figures are. Some parts of particularly the south and east had rainfall of just 8% in Essex, 8% of what they should see for the entire month. And the whole of winter itself actually was relatively dry as well. The forecast remains dry. Welcome news for many if you wanted to get out and about and enjoy dry weather, but not welcome news for the deficit in the rivers and reservoirs and the staying dry in the outlook. So we are now in March. It is meteorological spring, but it will not feel like it over the coming days. It's set to turn much colder. Today, though, like it's been all week long, cloudy, largely dry, a few showers around. A little more sunshine than we saw yesterday, though. Here's how it looks this morning, and with these cloudy skies, it means it is a frost-free start. Good morning to you. A question I'm being asked a lot at the moment is there snow on the way? Are the rumours true? Well, the first thing that's true is it's set to turn much colder, and with colder air comes the chance of snow. A battleground setup, there is mild air with low pressure to the southwest. We're looking at 8 to 10 degrees. That's pretty much where it should be for the time of year. But change is coming. Things are set to turn colder. It is winter. Sort of astronomically, for me, we're just into spring. But this winter, it hasn't been that cold. It hasn't felt that cold for many of us. But things will turn colder for the north of the UK, Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern areas of England. Here's our temperatures around average. A big drop in our temperatures as we head through to next week as this Arctic blast moves in. Percentage chance of rainfall, how likely we are to see wet weather. Again, the outlook remains largely dry, but as we see the cold northerly arrive on Monday, that's when we see the arrival of some wintry showers. Fortunes further south for England and Wales, the same fate. Temperatures yet again sitting around about where they should be for the time of year, but it turns much colder as we head through to next week. And then percentage chance of rainfall. It is looking largely dry, but it will be cold enough into next week for 1 or 2 wintry flurries, particularly in the east, and then all to play for with a chance of snow from midweek next week. Good morning to you. The weather is dominated by largely settled conditions at the moment. It's been largely dry, if not fairly cloudy. And yet again today, it's looking cloudy, but a little more in the way of sunshine, particularly further south. Not always dry, largely dry, like I said, just a chance. Good morning to you. We've had settled weather this week, not much change. It's been fairly cloudy and it's more of the same today. A little more sunshine, particularly for southern areas compared to yesterday, but just a few showers around. The latest satellite and radar picks out the showers. Good morning to you. Talking of fighting, a battleground set up in the world of weather. What will win out? The mild conditions that we've had lately, temperatures around about average, or the cold that is set to move in, that's likely to happen next week. But what's for sure is high pressure has been with us all week. It's been blocking these weather fronts that have been trying to battle their way in, and that's what keeps things fine and settled. The winds are turning northerly, and the northerly wind brings the chance of some snow showers as we head through next week, but more on that later. Here's how things look for today. It's cloudy, like it has been all week. Some sunshine, more than we had yesterday, but still a few showers. Let's add the details. So first thing this morning, the satellite and radar picks out the showers through Northern Ireland, southern areas of Scotland, the far north of England. Here with the cloudy skies, it's a mild frost-free start to the day. The north and the south with clearest conditions like the last few days. Here we've had a touch of frost. And as we head through the day, we've got the best of our sunshine. First of all, the far northwest of Scotland, highs of 10 here. And in the south, 10 or 11 with that gorgeous spring sunshine. But in between, it stays cloudy and grey with these showers around 7 or 8 degrees, our top temperature. So disappointingly cool yet again under these grey skies. And that's about average, maybe just a degree above for the time of year. Winds are northerly, and that will feed in more cloud through these eastern coasts through this evening and overnight tonight. And cloudy skies yet again act like a blanket, keeping in the heat. So temperatures won't be frosty. They'll be holding up around about 3 to 5 degrees. Clearer skies, again, the north and south. Here is where we see a touch of frost. So here's how things look for tomorrow. Very similar to today. It's basically just chasing around areas of cloud where we have our cloudiest skies with a limited amounts of sunshine breaking through. Temperatures struggle maybe 6 or 7 at best, but with the best of any sunshine, we're getting up to 9, maybe 10 degrees for the best of our temperatures, and that's the best of our sunshine. But we can see the winds feeding in from the north, but it's a light wind at the moment, so not too strong, and it shouldn't hamper those temperatures too much. And this is pretty much where we should be for the time of year. And then as we head through to the weekend, well, high pressure still dominating, and that keeps it largely dry. But more cloud in the forecast as we head through the weekend, and with limited sunshine, those temperatures may be 8 to 10 degrees at the very, very best. But into next week, there's rumours of snow. It looks as though winds will be from the Arctic, and that brings sub-zero conditions, tumbling temperatures 4 or 5 at best, and the chance of some snow showers along North Sea coasts.